My name is Nick Hensley, and I'm here today to tell you the story about Recipeasy. I was brought on about 5 years ago to help Weichels Bakery in LaGrange, Texas grow. I quickly realized that we needed to find a way to improve our consistency and standardize our operations so that if we opened another bakery somewhere where the family was not running it, that we would be able to produce the same high quality products. So we developed our own solution. We developed a software product that allows us to Bluetooth to iPads to quickly and accurately train employees and execute recipes. However, it quickly evolved to much more than that. We realized that it improved the confidence in our staff and it allowed us to manage the impact of new employees where it used to take weeks to bring new employees up to speed. Now it only takes a day. So in short, we built the tool that we needed. So what Recipeasy is all about is consistent execution. It's all about staff education and development. It's a very interactive tool where employees engage with the iPad, and it's very easy to use and self-paced. And because it is immersed in our business, we use it for all kinds of various activities. It also provides perpetual training. So first, you'll see that we have the iPad here. It's going to show up on this side of your screen. If I move the iPad here, you'll see it move on your screen. If I move the iPad here, you'll see it move on your screen. So I'm going to turn this around. It works great in certain life skill applications, specifically like washing your hands and brushing your teeth and skills of that nature, because it simplifies things into repeatable steps. The video is like video modeling. It really helps to understand what the student should be, or the skills the student is trying to accomplish. And because it's self-paced, the student can operate at their own pace and not worry about keeping up with the rest of the class. So let me show you a quick demo of how the life skills works. So if you'll look on your screen there, I am going to find my how to brush your teeth video, and there it is. And so we can wet our toothbrush here, a video showing to wet our toothbrush. This is my son, he helped me out with that. If I was going to do this again, I would take a small shot that said how much toothpaste you put on the toothbrush. So I got my arrow, I'm going to go next. So now I need to brush my teeth, my upper molars, for 5 seconds. So I'm going to start my timer. And my son looks like he's really enjoying doing that there, but he was a good sport about this whole thing. I dropped in a little mane. Very well, nice job. I can go to the next step. I'm going to brush my bottom molars for 5 seconds, or 30 seconds, 20 seconds. So we're good there. Drop it to the next step, and I'm going to brush the inside of my lower molars. You know what's funny is whenever I did this with my son, great job, you rock. When we were done, he's like, "Dad, are we done?" I said, "Yes, son, we're done." And he said, "You know, Dad, I've been brushing my teeth wrong for 11 years. And I said, "You know, son, looks like I've been brushing mine wrong for 40. So here we go, brushing his teeth there, the back of his teeth, and there we go. So nice job, high five. So that is brushing your teeth. We can also do washing your hands. It's just a very simple dropping your own customized video content, your own customized picture content into these lessons. And that's what makes it so appealing for your students. They are able to take away the exact information that you would like them to take away. This can be individualized by the student, or by the environment, or by the task, or by all three. So it's scrubbing your hands for 20 seconds. So it shows them how to do that, get in between their fingers, and it's a great way to video model how to wash your hands. So that is life skills. You could also use this as with a worksheet to do, let's say, the butterfly life cycle. So you can page forward with a worksheet, and they could fill in or color or match different items of the butterfly life cycle. You can use this for how to make your bed, how to put on your clothes, how to wash your hair, really any task that requires a student to learn a skill. So let me show you a quick demo of culinary arts. So if I was going to show you a quick demo of, let's say, a peanut butter cookie, I'm going to open that up. What I did here was I just took a picture of all the ingredients that I wanted them to gather, and I dropped it straight into the recipe. Anytime I have a blue arrow, I'm allowed to proceed forward in the recipe. It will talk to you if I touch the text.
Gather ingredients.
It will talk to you. So I'm going to go hit the blue arrow here and go to the next step. And right now it says that scale's not connected, so I need to turn on my scale. And you'll see it connect. Now what we're looking for here is the target zone that's the blue area. So anything inside that target zone is going to allow us to proceed forward in the recipe. So I'm going to grab my container, I'm going to drop it on there, and there we go. So I'm going to hit next. So what you'll see now is that it wants me to add 2 cups of flour. However, there's a specific kind of flour that I would want to add, and so I took a picture of that specific flour and added it to my recipe. You'll also notice that my target zone is much smaller. We have a very narrow target, and that's customizable when you put in your recipe. You can make that as tight or as loose as you like it to be. So I'm going to add my simulated flour here, and you'll notice that the scale is keeping track real time with how much I'm putting in the container. And you'll also notice that I'm still not allowed to go forward in this recipe because I don't have the blue arrow. So whenever I get the target there, a little positive reinforcement and a blue arrow, and we're ready to go forward. And so now it wants me to add brown sugar. Now normally I would just take a picture of brown sugar, but since we have video capability, I'm just kind of showing that off. You'll see that I went over here, and if I hit the button, it will not go forward because I don't have the blue arrow. I need to take a little bit out. And so there we go. We finish with some baking instructions, and we can print a label. So label printing, if we printed our label right here, it's going to tell you what you made, when you made it, who made it, and when it expires, and you set the expiration date up whenever you set up your recipe. I can also add notes here. Let's say this is a catering job, and this is for Nick. So I enter that. I print my labels. I can print as many labels as I want. I'm just going to print one here. And here we go. So this printer is connected via Wi-Fi. So none of it requires internet connection to work. It only requires internet connection to update and download recipes. So the next part of this is how would we use this in transition? So transition is really cool. We have a lot of experience with this personally in our retail businesses. We can create training content for any process-related task. It can be used in almost any application. So it can be used in food service, or janitorial, or hospitals, or the assembly process, or packaging. Basically, any process that requires a step-by-step approach to doing the job, you can create customized content for, so that the employee or the student can really relate to and understand how to do the jobs. And because it's self-paced, they can watch the video on the iPad and go forward when they've gotten the results that they would like to see. And if they don't, they can go backwards and figure out where they went wrong. So Bastrop Works is an 18+ program over in Bastrop, Texas, and they called us whenever they had a couple students who were interested in culinary and wanted to see if they could observe us doing our work in the bakery for a couple of hours as part of the program. We said, sure, come on out. We would love to have them. And I'm going to show you a quick video of those guys doing that. So you'll notice in that video that there was 2 girls there doing the job. They were actually making a product that we would use. So they didn't just observe, they were actually working in the bakery at that time. And one of those individuals, Caitlin, she works for us now. She's a great employee and we love to have her. The real reason we're here today is from an educational standpoint is because of Cole. So Cole is an amazing guy. When we were opening our new bakery in Brenham, Texas, Project Search came to us when we were obviously under construction and had a big help wanted sign out there and said, hey Nick, I've got a couple of kids that are about to graduate from the Project Search program and they're looking for jobs. Would you be interested in employing them? And And to be honest, I was pretty hesitant. I was like, I'm not sure that we can do that. I have no experience with managing people with disabilities. And Suzette, she said, don't worry about it. It's no problem. They come with job coaches. They'll be there as long as you want. And I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And so Cole and Marquise came on board, and the job coaches came out, and they did a great job. They were there about 3 weeks. They learned how to wash dishes and clean floors in our bakery, which is what they had learned at Project Search, and they did a fantastic job. However, Cole, he was always staring at the people using the iPads, and one day I said, Cole, would you like to make something? And Cole said yes. So what I said was, all right, come over here, get in front of this iPad, and we'll put you up with a lemon bar and see if you can make it. And he did. He did a great job with this lemon bar. And so I said, cool, from now on, you can make all our lemon bars. And that was the beginning of something really wonderful. It just kind of really snowballed from there. So here's Cole. I'd like you to meet him. Cole, tell me about yourself.
My name's Cole Wright. I am the assistant baker known as Back Kitchen, and I've been here at White Coast Bakery for a year now.
Okay. What do you like to do when you're not at the bakery?
Well, I like to watch VeggieTales. I go to church. I do my VeggieTales drawings, and I cook at home as well, and do some housekeeping at home.
That's great. So what do you do here at Weichels?
Good question. What I do here is that I do a baker's ham, both pepper jack and cheddar. I cut sausage as well for pigs. I do pies for orders in the shop itself. Buttermilk, apple crumb, apple lettuce, chocolate, coconut, lemon, and cherry. I do Rice Krispies, plain the pecan. I do pecan bars and lemon bars, and especially bar crust.
Okay. Now, what do you use to help you do all that?
I use Recipeasy.
Recipeasy? Is it easy to use?
Yes, sir. It's very easy. So all you do is, if you're making bar crust, you just push the recipe right here, and then push. The code is 1, 2, 3, 4, and voila.
All right. So, how old are you about to be?
I'm about to be 21 years old.
21 years old.
June 11th.
That's great. So, do you like working here?
Yes, sir, I do.
That's very good. So, do you think that Recipeasy could help other people?
Yes, sir. Definitely will be.
All right. Thank you, Cole.
You're very welcome.
So, as you can see, Cole and Marquise, neither one of them wash dishes or clean floors for us. Cole's on the spectrum and Marquise has a learning disability, and they both are full-time bakers in our bakery staff. Marquise makes all of our kolache dough in our Brenham bakery, and that's very important for Weichels Bakery. That's 75% of what we do. And if Marquise didn't do that right, everybody else might as well not show up, because that's where it all starts. You can tell all the things that Cole does. In fact, Cole made over 450 pies for us during Thanksgiving. And also, Cole works at a local grocery store here in town 1 day a week. Cole works 5 days a week for me. And when we were so busy during Thanksgiving that I said, Cole, do you think you can ask off from your other job so that you can work for me another day next week? And he said, okay, I'll ask off. And I said, Cole, what do you even do for them? I don't even know what you do for them. And he said, well, I pick up trash in the parking lot. And I said, really? How long does that take you? And he said, it takes about 3 hours. And I said, really? Well, how much are they paying you? And he said, they pay me $8 an hour. And I said, wow, can you imagine how underutilized Cole is? He is so vital to our operation and everything that he does. And I admit that I was much like that other employer when we first brought Cole and Marquise on. I had no idea what they were capable of. But now that I do, what if other employers embrace the opportunity that Recipeasy could bring to their business? It would be a wider potential base of employees, a much more reliable employees like Cole and Marquise are. There was much better communication because it's very visual. There's not room for misspoken words. It's a much faster product launches if you have a chain, because as soon as you create the task and you're comfortable with it, you can drop it across all of your locations and so much more. It's basically a digital job coach for those that need it, and it's a digital standard operating procedure manual for everyone. So when you're looking at how this can be used, you can use it as an employer like we do, or you can use it in the classroom to teach children or young adults how to do various tasks and life skills. It's great for transition to empower those students from the classroom into the workforce, and they can be just as productive as the rest of the workforce. I can tell you that whenever we moved Cole and Marquise from the dishing, washing, and floors and maintenance jobs to the baking jobs, we did not call it job coaches back. They were able to just roll right into those operations because it was really a digital job coach. So another great thing about Recipeasy is that when you create content for these individuals, it can follow them depending on who holds the subscription. They can use this content at school and at home and at the work site. And so let's say you have a student that's doing work for a local motel, and their job is to fold laundry, fold towels. So you can create that content at school. You can go on site and use their equipment and create more content, and they can practice those skills at school and on the job. They can also use these life skills that you teach them at school and be able to do those tasks at home. So it's a great way for creating an inclusive work environment as well from a transition standpoint, because if your employer holds these subscriptions and they create this content, all of the employees are using these devices for their jobs because it is actually a procedures manual. So if you're an employer, this is how you want things to be done regardless of disability. So it's very inclusive technology in that respect. So that is our story for Recipeasy. We hope that you can find ways to use it in your schools and your business. We would love to come talk to you and work with you on this project. So until next time, I'm Nick, and this is Recipeasy.